If you've been thinking about buying a new or used inboard surf boat, you might be a little confused. The choices are overwhelming, and today on this video we're going to clear up the confusion on the different generations of surf boats. Hi, I'm Sean, and welcome to Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. I bet you'd agree that trying to decide what surf boat is best might be a little bit confusing. We are going to look on how the different surf systems work, how the progression between the early days and today's systems evolved, and Timmy is going to take you out on the water and show you actually how that wake is developed. And we're hoping that after today's video, you're going to see all the different choices and be able to understand when you're looking at a boat what you can expect. Today you will learn how wake surfing began, how boat companies designed the first generation of surf boats, how the second generation was a major leap forward, and how you can make it easier to surf even on older boats. Back in the early 1960s, people experimented with surfing behind a boat, and at that time they just used ocean surfboards and they just kind of were goofing around. Then, fast forward to the early 2000s when wakeboarding was exploding, there were a few people who were experimenting with surfing and actually getting a decent surf wave behind a boat. At that point in time, the only known way to do it was to take a wakeboard boat or ski boat and load it up on one side with weight. So they would put ballast on the one side, they would put all the people on the one side, and that would create a wake on that side that you could then try to surf and let go of a rope. So after that initial period happened and people started to see it, wakeboard boat companies decided that wake surfing might be the next big thing. So they added more weight to the boats. They took their existing wakeboard hulls and added small devices to help lift the boat or lean the boat a little bit more to give additional push on that side of the wake. All the weight or all the ballast was still on one side of the boat. This is what we call Generation 1 surf. After wake surfing exploded, boat companies realized that customers wanted more wave, more push, and easier setup. Moving ballast from one side to the other was a pain, and they wanted it to be easy and they wanted to be able to surf for longer periods of time. So the Generation 2 surf boat was an equal weight where they filled up ballast on both sides of the boat and in the front. And then they had a device on the back, which was either a tab or a gate, which would direct energy from the non-surf side up underneath the surf side, or in the case of a surf gate or an NSF, would crab the boat to go down the lake slightly sideways, which would create a low pressure area and increase the surf wave on that side. Original wakeboard boats don't have the hull design or the software to really surf well. However, if you have one of those boats, you can make it better by adding more weight, particularly on both sides, and get an add-on suction cup or Velcro wedge that goes on the opposite side to where you're surfing. This mimics Malibu's surf gate and allows you to have a slightly better wave than you would otherwise. Wake surfing is a ton of fun, and you want to make sure you understand what you are looking at before you buy or upgrade your surf boat. Get out on the water with a seasoned professional, someone who understands surf boats. Make sure you're out on the water and lake testing the various models. Get out in a Gen 0, get out in a Gen 1, get out in a Gen 2, and see the difference and feel it for yourself. On the showroom floor, they all look great. They all feel very differently out on the water. There are a lot of questions when looking at surf boats. Hopefully today we answered a few of them. In the description below, check out a link to a resource that you can click and download for a list of the different surf categories and systems and the ages and the different makes and where they all fell in. Also, there's a link to a video on common problems for inboard towboats, and you may want to check that out so that you're better informed. Thank you for joining us on Lens Cove Lessons in Boating for today's video. Remember to like this video and subscribe for more. Be safe, have fun, and we'll see you out on the water.